Ketokosi. Ketokosi. I hope I didn't kill your name. Says, hi guys, in my opinion, Ojike Ozoenyi, Ebenezer Odunlami are good enough to make the main Super Eagles team. That's the opinion of Ikechukwu Onyedikam. People have varied opinion.
Definitely.
Varied opinion about how many of these guys are good enough or what Keshi should be doing and what Keshi shouldn't be doing.
Well, if you want my opinion, I think that this Chan team has thrown up some really interesting names, and I'd like to run a few of them by you. Azubike Igwekwe, I still think he has plenty to offer in this team. He did very well, in my opinion. Maybe not fantastically well as you'd expect, but he did more than enough to justify his inclusion, and he's also on the verge of sealing a deal with the South African club, which is indicative of just how well he played. That is my opinion. I think Ebenezer Odunlami was a marvelous revelation. He was cool, calm, solid in the tackles, absolutely brilliant as well. Also another option in centre back. Bright Eseme, for me, we've always talked about how well he played. Versatility.
His positions at the tournament.
Yeah,
Played left back, right back.
We also saw him was probably the man of the match in the last Confederations Cup final. Sorry, Federations Cup final in Lagos here against Warri Wolves.
He was the MVP.
He was MVP. He was brilliant. And when you consider the fact, we've talked about this off air, the fact that we have no backup for Ambrose Efe on the right, and also Ederson on the left, that might just be the trump card. His ability to switch between both wings. There's also Rabiu Ali. Interesting to he should get a look into the 40, but maybe making the final cut might be a bit
considering the likes of
exactly.
doing well in France.
Exactly.
Mikel Onazi,
and also the young man at Almeria, former Ramon Aziz. Ejike Ozoenyi, I think he has more than played his way into this thing. But it is one thing to set the stage alight in January. It is another thing to duplicate it in June, because we know he was very inactive last
January and June. What will he be doing?
That's a lifetime in football. But we are hearing that he's also possibly about to see the move to a South African club as well. If that happens, that is fantastic news for him, because he'll be playing top flight soccer week in, week out. And for me, up front, you have to look at that young man from Nasarawa United, Ali Ibrahim. I think he was was an interesting prospect. His ability to
take long range shots.
His ability
and
to
his
switch
movement,
play, his movement,
left and right.
His willingness to put his body about.
I think one for the future for me.
I think one for the future too.
Maybe the World Cup is coming too early for someone like that.
That's what
one for the future.
That is just what I wanted to say, because
he
he highlighted some names, and I'm like, these names are not even part of the 40. That's the thing. They're not even part of the 40, except if something happened and one of them might be squeezed in or something. So
is it not too early to start thinking of naming a 40 now? Because I've not seen any country in the world that has named a squad of 40 yet.
Well, it's
good for the coach to have an idea.
About the ones
is going to call up. But the NFF asking Keshi for a list of 40. Is this the time to get a list of 40, or do we wait a little longer to see who is coming to shape and who is?
I think this is the right time, because
but no country has named the team of 40.
That is preparation
that
we know of anyway. But
every country is entitled to its own preparation. Then, I'm thinking also maybe the technical directors that we appointed last year are also beginning to stamp the authority, or begin to show
their presence. Work yet.
Yeah, maybe, but of course they might be, giving hints, subtle hints before. Every good administrator already begins to put his own imprint on what he's planning to do, even before he comes into office, so that they have an idea of what it is that he plans to do. If he has a list of 40, it is a pool. He's not going to take the entire thing, but he knows from within this, I could get a possible 23. There might be some standard features, some wild cards that might still break into this pool as well. But naming a pool of 45 or 4 months before the World Cup, I think it's still well within his rights.
Let me know this one. Shadrach at Shaido. Says that he has a feeling that Stephen Keshi will not lead the Super Eagles to the World Cup in Brazil. He says he has a feeling that the technical advisor will be employed. Well, I don't think there's any need. I don't want to talk about that, but maybe he knows something that we do not know about. But for that to happen, in my own opinion, then something tragic
will happen.
Must have happened.
Yes, something tragic
that I don't want to even imagine.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Shadrach.
I think Shadrach is a student of history. At every point when Nigeria has gone to the World Cup, there always been some intrigue.
Apart from 94.
Exactly. Even then, feelers from back then said that it was a difficult task. His job wasn't even safe then, but because of his closeness to the powers that be and so on and so forth. So maybe Shadrach is looking at it that there's a
powers
precedence.
that be.
There's a precedence for these kind of things.
Yes.
But like you said, unless something of unbelievable, unimaginable proportions happens, I don't see. I think Keshi is a shoe-in for this one.
As far as I'm
For
concerned.
me, I don't see that happening. Let me just say it. For now, I don't see that happening. The only major
That
test,
might be a soothsayer.
well, the only major test that could have brought any kind of doubt to Keshi leading us to the World Cup was the CHAN.
Yes.
And I think he did more than enough.
I disagree.
That's it.
I disagree. I think his major test was qualifying for the World Cup. The
No,
challenge
I'm talking about if we had had a terrible outing at the
Yeah.
CHAN, then maybe excuses will have come that look, we need to get somebody.
No, the excuses would have been the fact that there were so many ready excuses to absolve Keshi of any blame. So that is why I keep maintaining that the Super Eagles overachieved at the CHAN. All this just further buttresses and enhances and strengthens Keshi's position. His legend continues to grow day by day. And like you said, it takes something unimaginable to see Keshi, not leading the Super Eagles to the world. But this is Nigeria.
Anything can
Stranger
happen.
things have been known to happen.
All right. Arewa Shola Ayobami at Sholex_Arewa says Uzuenyi Odulami are good enough to be in the World Cup squad. That's what it says. Anthony Ade, I think he watches us from the United Kingdom at Wales Villa. Says, according to the FIFA website, we have a friendly against Greece on the 3rd of June. Are you sure it's not part of this tournament? Because we have a friendly in March, which is supposed to be the last FIFA window, and then the tournament that will be taking place in the United States of America. So I'm sure the NFF will come out later on, if not this week, they will come out later on to spell out for us a detailed program that the Super Eagles will have to put together for the 2014 World Cup. Let's go on a quick break now. When we return from the break, we'll make a switch. Donadio Konta will be coming in and will allow Cosmos to go out. Because it looks like you have one more thing to say before we allow you to go, Cosmos.
Yes, what I wanted to say is that I'm very happy that for the first time in a very long while, we're hearing friendlies for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
We've always played friendlies.
We've always played friendlies. I'm
Yeah.
talking about competitions. Like in the last World Cup pre-competition, we only played about 3 friendlies: the game against Saudi Arabia, the game against Colombia,
Korea,
and the game against North Korea. Just 3 major friendlies.
That's okay.
And the Africa, that's what I'm saying. But in this case, we're having Mexico. We're going to be playing probably the USA and the competition as well. So we probably might play like about 5 friendlies. This shows that this is good.
It's a fallout of the Super Eagles winning
the African champions.
And doing well.
Rating and reputation in the
Has
world
gone up.
That's what I'm trying to say.
2 things can work for you. I mean, you peak into a competition. I hope we don't peak before the competition, because if we play too many games as well, there's a danger of burning out.
It happens.
So just gradually build up to the game. But I'm sure the NFF will work on all of that, and we'll be good to go. All right. Concerned citizen at smart_Abe says he feels, that's his own opinion, that Uchike Ozuenyi is better than Brown Ideye. That's what he's saying. A lot of people will not agree with you.
They play 2 different kind of positions.
That's his own opinion.
AGK is more of a creative force.
Yeah, they have different styles on the pitch, and that's your own opinion anyway. So, Cosmos, thank you for your time. We'll go on a quick break now. Yeah, when we return, Donadio Konta will be joining us on Sports Tonight. We'll be taking a look at the rankings of African leagues, world leagues, by the International Federations of Football History and Statistics. We will also look at the Nigerian league, the Globe Premier League. We will take you to Edo State. For those of you following us from Edo, plenty of messages from Edo State. Plenty of love to you guys from Edo State.
We love the people of Edo State too.
And then our volleyball issue also on Sports Tonight.